Hello everybody, and welcome. My name is Eric, joined by Cedric here next to me. We are in the tent here at Juma, which can only mean one thing. This is On Safari. Ladies and gentlemen, this week on Safari it has been an absolutely exciting week. We've had Leluka stalking a scrub hare, we've had some beautiful Senegal lapwing chicks, and we've had lots of lion activity. There's been lions chasing buffalo, there have been lions at an elephant carcass, and there have been lions mating. There's also a lovely tracking segment that Cedric has done. Are you excited, Cedric?
Oh yes, definitely. I think it's been a fantastic week this, and it's nice to see the Nauru coming onto Juma, the Nauru Pride, and Leluka, the female leopard, doing so well.
Absolutely. I'm quite excited to see this highlight of this Nauru Pride and the buffalo kill.
As you can see, that female, they're not really relaxed with us. So far I've got 4 females and oh, they're chasing there, they're running. Oh, they've got it. It sounds like they've got the buffalo. 1, 2, 3, 4 females, 1 male, 5, 6 females. All right, guys, this is going to be viewer discretion. Viewer discretion. All right, this is just life, everybody. This is just life. All right, you can see the buffaloes are trying to protect her. So they're going to try, and unfortunately there's a tree that's in the way there. Oh, just trying to pull it now, but it's not a good idea. Rather try and suffocate it. Try and go for the throat area. But no one's going that side. They're too scared. They're just too worried about the buffaloes on the other side. It looks like that buffalo's dead now, to me. Yeah. Yeah, she's going to let go. Look, she's letting go. Yeah, so you can see she's licking now. There we go, she's let go. Oh, yeah, no. The buffalo's now dead.
Wow. So Cedric, tell us who is that pride of lions? Where do they come from, and how many of them are there?
Well, the Pride of Lions is known as the Nauru Pride. And the Nauru Pride, well, we haven't seen them really much on Juma. I think we've seen them once, and
Yes.
that was about over a year ago.
Wow, it's quite a while.
That's quite a while. And they come from the northern areas, north of Juma. They come from Buffelshoek, another property that's north of Juma, and there's another property called Manileti. They even go into Manileti, so they go
Yes.
far that side. Actually, they never really come this side. This is not part of their territory. And there's 13 members in that pride. It's 12 females and 1 young male.
Sure. So those lions are very far from home. Why was that female buffalo lying on the ground? Was there a problem with her? Did they attack her first, or what was the story?
And I think in the beginning, as we got there, we saw the lions on top of that buffalo, and 1 or 2 of them at the bottom. Most probably they severed the tendons there, and then they pulled back because the rest of the buffaloes pushed them or kind of chased them away from her. And eventually, once the buffalo started moving away, she was lying on the ground. You can see she was struggling to get up, and those lions knew it. They waited patiently, and then they went for her.
Is there a particular reason why the buffalo herd didn't help her potentially? Because buffalo are known for chasing lions away.
They did help in the beginning. You could see that they actually tried to chase those lions off her, but then eventually, typical buffaloes, I've seen it before, and not once, quite a few times, where all of a sudden they realize that that it's no use chasing those lions off anymore. That individual is done with, and they rather want to move away from the danger and move on to what they want to go, or to an area where they're going to go and sleep.
And that kill's going to last them about two or 3 days, maybe?
Yeah, it's about a day, maybe a day and a half. It all depends. But yeah, but let's see where. Maybe we go that side later on. We'll see.
Well, we shall see. We will investigate this afternoon. On to the next highlight, which is the Kambula's mating.
Unfortunately, the line dynamics have been crazy. Here she comes, your little amber eyes. Yep, that's little amber. I got that saw underneath her chin. Ooh. Mm. She's flirting with him. Ooh. Uh. Let's sit still, girl. Mm. She's getting excited. Wow, 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 everybody. That is amazing watching lions mate. Yo. A little bit of watla for a Tuesday morning. That is fantastic. And it is also quite amazing that the other two brothers did not even show any aggression to the other brother when she chose him. That is fantastic. So clearly she's in heat. Clearly she wants to mate with these boys. And it's nice to know that these males have come back this side and they're moving. They were on Chitwa for a couple of days and then they've moved north and they came all the way west onto Juma, which is fantastic. And we need a coalition of males to really hold this area.
How cool is it to see lions mating? This female, do you think that she was actually an estrus or maybe in false estrus?
Well, I think this, well, it's difficult to say. I mean, we only saw really a very short glimpse of it. And, to say if she was in false estrus or in true estrus, it is, yeah, I won't be able to give a definite answer on that. I think you will have to really observe that situation over the next 3-4 days.
So, in other words, you got to spend a little bit more time with them. What is the purpose of false estrus, out of interest?
The purpose of going into false estrus is because just to make sure that she gets the confidence from the males and to see that she can go into estrus eventually if she goes into false estrus.
Okay.
And also just to kind of lure them in,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping for them to stay around as the dominant boys. But yeah, that's the main reason for that.
Okay, and obviously we saw that this was a Kambula male that was mating with this female, which is very exciting. Does this mean that maybe the Kambula boys are here in this area to stay and potentially be dominant?
Yeah, well, we are all hoping so. I mean, I think here in the Northern Sabi Sands, we haven't had a dominant coalition here for quite some time, almost over 2 years now. And we're hoping that if these Kambula males do stay in this area, you've got 4 male lions. Having 4 male lions is fantastic. I remember the Birmingham
absolutely.
coalition, the Majingalan coalition, because then all of a sudden your protection on this area, on their territory, is much greater than being just a single or 2 male lions. And as well as the cubs can be much safer as well. You can imagine having the Nkuhuma prides, having all the little
Absolutely.
cubs coming through and all that. So we're really hoping that they set up shop here.
Well, obviously, it's safety is always a big thing when it comes to having cubs and small animals in the bush. We're going to have a look at the next highlight, which is a track and sign segment that Cedric did.
My name is Cedric and this is a Track and Signs. Well, today we are looking at something very, very interesting around the waterhole, and it is some bird tracks. And well, it's always the best place to go look for tracks for birds and all that, because birds will come down to the waterhole, they'll stand on the side and they'll leave their track behind. And very interesting that we've got 2 different kinds of birds this side. We've got a big stork, and storks of course got the 3 toes situated in the front and they've got the one at the back. So this is called anisodactyl. Anisodactyl. This is the most common foot structure for a bird. As well as we've got another one on the side of it, much smaller, same foot structure, but this is for a lapwing, a blacksmith lapwing, as you can hear it in the background at the moment. And these birds pretty much walk up and down, especially the storks. They'll go in here and they'll wade around here looking for fish and for frogs. And the lapwing itself, the blacksmith lapwing, it'll also move along the edges here looking for all the water insects, maybe like some pond skaters, mosquito larvae, things like that. And nice that we've had saddlebill storks recently around these dams, because the water level is really dropping quite quickly, and then these storks will come here to see if there's any fish that is nicely exposed, and they'll try and catch it.
That was quite an interesting segment. How many types of tracks can we identify for birds?
Well, there's quite a few of them. I think there's around about 10. It's like classified as 10 different foot structures for birds. Your most common ones is your most common one is anisodactyl. So
Okay.
anisodactyl is all perching birds, so perching up in the trees and all that. You've got the 3 toes in front, one at the back, and then you've got something like the zygodactyl.
Okay.
Zygodactyl is your second most common bird foot structure. 2 toes in front, 2 toes at the back, and then you've got something like your birds that roam around the edges of the water. Something like the palmate birds. Semi-palmate birds is something like your plovers, your lapwings, your thick-knees.
That's very interesting. It sounds like we're talking about dinosaurs. When we're looking at the tracks, what can this tell us about the specific bird?
Well, you can quickly tell if that bird is a high perching bird, as I said earlier now, anisodactyls. So you've got those 3 toes in front, one at the back. You can easily see that bird will usually sit up in the trees and all that. Your zygodactyl birds, something like your woodpecker, your oxpeckers, they're the ones who got 2 toes in front, 2 at the back, and are hanging upside down or vertically.
Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. We're going to take a little break now. Oh my goodness, have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Is this not what we want? Oh my goodness. A little bit of shade here, so they may actually lie down here a little bit and take cover. You see this elephant standing here and you see that lion behind him? You know this elephant has caused trouble here. Move, run, run. Now, we came onto the damn wall. This elephant said, no, this enough is enough now. There he goes again, there he goes. Oh. He means business. Get out of here.
Wow, everybody, what a find. We have just found a little nest of a Senegal lapwing. Senegal lapwing, and this little chick has just hatched about maybe a few hours ago. There's still 3 eggs remaining, and there's a little chick, so the chick amongst the 3 eggs. And it's amazing, as you can see, the downing feathers of this little chick is almost exactly the same coloration as the eggs itself. So 4 eggs with a Senegal lapwing, and the Senegal lapwing nests on the ground, clearly as you can see here. And we'll call it a precocial bird. So a precocial bird is where a chick is born with downing feathers, not pink, as well as the eyes will be open. But this is amazing. And how camouflage are these eggs and the chick itself? You will drive right past here without even noticing that this nest is on the ground. Really, really blend in so well. And it's all to do with safety. You can imagine, you're in an open clearing like this now. It's open. There's so many predators around. Birds of prey, monitor lizards, mongoose, so many different kind of predators. So this little one has to remain very, very still and tucked with those eggs so they blend in as one.
A very cool segment. What other birds nest on the ground like this?
Well, there's quite a few. Well, as you can see clearly, the lapwings, all lapwings do nest on the ground. Then you get something like your thickneys. They're also ground nesting birds. Your plovers, they're ground nesting birds. African jacanas, ground nesting birds. Yes. So there's a lot of birds that actually nest on the ground. And I mean, if we have to go through all the names, we're going to be sitting here till tomorrow morning.
Now, obviously, they don't want their eggs to roll away or to kind of leave the nest. Is there a specific shape that ground nesting birds will lay their eggs compared to those that nest in trees?
Oh yes, if you're going to be on the ground, I mean, it's not these big stick structures like your tree nesting birds, that they've got those all just plenty of sticks, and it's a nice kind of bowl shape and all that to kind of protect the eggs from rolling out. Where the ground nesting birds, they don't have that, so of course you'll find it's a little bit more of an oval shape compared to a round egg. You can imagine having a round egg there, it'll just roll around and it won't be good for the birds.
No, you definitely don't want that. There'll be no surviving there. No. What are the chances of the survival for these chicks?
Well, look, it's variable. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people think about 50% of it. Some say like 20%. It all depends on the area and the danger around that side.
Well, hopefully we can get an update for you and that they are still alive and well. We're going to move on to the next highlight, which is Leluka stalking a scrub hare.
Pretty much located on Leluka, a beautiful female leopard, and she's just looking at something in the bush at the moment. We don't know what. There might be like a little scrub here, or there might be something that she's showing interest in. Yeah. Oh, she's getting up. She's getting ready. She wants to look. She's seeing it. She's eyeing something here. She's focused. Leopard. Oh, there. What she got? What's going? She's got. Oh, she just missed it. Oh, she missed. It was a scrubby. Wow. That was nice. But look how pretty she is. So young. Oh, she's walking nice. Yeah, not too bad. That right paw, she's putting weight on the right paw. No, she's walking perfect. I think everybody is going to be so chuffed about her condition once again.
I rather do enjoy watching cats stalking, even if it's the smallest of prey. But what is the reason why Leluka is limping?
I think the whole thing is she had a confrontation with Tlalamba.
Indeed, yes.
About 2 weeks ago. And Tlalamba gave her a proper hiding and bit her on the right paw. And we were a little bit worried in the beginning, but clearly you could see there now that she's actually starting to put pressure on it, and it looks like it's going to be fine.
She will make a full recovery. Where is Leluka from, and how old is she?
Leluka is coming all the way from the west of Juma into a property called Elephant Plains, Shirley's side.
Yes.
And her mom, Tiani, her dad's also Tingana. So it's actually Tlamba. Tlamba and Leluka's got the same father, funny enough. And she's around about 4 years old now. So she's at that age where she is looking for a territory for herself.
Why does she not have a territory? She's obviously still quite young and wanting to establish one.
Yeah, exactly. I think at about 4 years old, that's why she's moving through this area. I think there's a lot of pressure from other females. We've got Shudulu on the one side, that female. We've got Tlamba in this area. We've got Kachava further south towards Chitwa side and Langa as well. So it's a bit tough for her.
So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the future with her and her territory. We're going to move on to the next highlight, which is the Nkuhumas on an elephant carcass.
One of the lionesses have just climbed on top of this elephant here now and trying to feed off this bull. And this elephant has died due to natural causes. As you can see now, the Nkuhuma pride of lions, they have stumbled across this dead elephant. And you can see this female is pretty much right on top here now. Actually quite a beautiful sighting, this. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And she's not standing on the ground. It looks like she's standing on the ground from the point of view here, but she's actually pretty much standing on the back legs of the elephant. Oh, but this is just... It's sad for the elephant. Trust me, I feel very sad. It's nothing worse than seeing a dead elephant. But it's quite an amazing sighting with this female standing up there and feeding from the belly. My word. What a sighting. This is just brilliant. This is now photo crazy moment. This, if you, yeah, oh my goodness.
An absolutely phenomenal sighting there with those lions and that carcass. How long do you think that they will feed on this elephant for?
Oh, I think that's going to be quite some time. I think maybe a good week, maybe a week and a half. There's a lot of meat on that elephant carcass, and well, they're very fortunate to come across something like that.
Now, obviously, we know that lions can never have a meal all to themselves. When do you think the vultures and the hyenas will come in?
Well, already the vultures have started pulling in practically on the first day.
Yes.
Typical with vultures, they pick up on these things very quickly. So your hooded vultures, your white-backed vultures was already at the carcass. I didn't see any hyenas when I was there. I know that you did see some hyenas coming through. So yeah, that's I'm sure it's riddled with scavengers at the moment around that side.
Well, absolutely. I definitely have got to get some of those vultures on my list. The smell of this carcass, it's obviously not great at all. How does one handle this smell?
Yo, I know, especially with a carcass that big and all that, like an elephant now. Once it starts heating up quite a bit, you know, you can imagine that meat is just going to rot.
Yeah.
And I always try not to park downwind from a carcass that size. Rather go upwind because it can be quite sickening.
Got to handle it the same way you handle lions when they are going to the toilet. We're going to take a little break now.
got 2 leopards here, and guess who we have here? It is old Nene, the young male leopard that is busy feeding on a baby Nyala. And then we've got his mom that's in the foreground, old Shadulu. Wow, look how big he's getting. Oh my word, he is bigger than mom. For him getting to the age of 2 years old now, I mean, he's pretty much independent already, but he's still kind of relying a bit on mom. Still kind of got that real kind of cub antic about himself, following mom around and stealing mom's kill. So Nene has finished everything, and now Shadulu's gone to the spot where Nene was pretty much eating the last bit of that Nyala calf, and left her a bone. No, he left her a bone at least. There's like a little bone. He devoured the entire thing. The entire kill. Done. It's over. Wow, what an appetite that little boy's got. Don't worry, Shadulu. I'm sure you'll get something. Maybe later on or tonight.
Shamshatika emsaveni utatsutsuma utajiwa ingwe natingala.
Oh my goodness, Mom Shadulu! She is working it for us. Hey, how cool is this? Told you she's my favorite lady. Are you gonna get in the car? My goodness, you might as well. Join Panda there, there's space. There she goes again. Rub up, scent mark, pitting. There you go. Oh. She is going into camp. Right, we're going to take you on a tour of our little humble abode. Shadulu is leading the tour here. It says danger, Ngazi. What's danger? I told you about the electricity. No one told you about the animals that would be walking around camp here. We found her tracks here yesterday morning. Are you gonna scent mark against there? You naughty. There's a lovely scent for Cedric to walk into later. My absolute favorite sighting so far since I've been up in the Sabi Sands is following that lady into this camp. Is it usual for them to come into the camp?
Oh yes, definitely. I think the big thing is that Lalamba usually comes in the camp.
Okay.
This is part of her territory,
Yes.
and it's quite fascinating to see and interesting to see that Shadulu is pushing so far further east in towards Lalamba side, and you saw her scent marking against my room as well. So
Yes.
very interesting times coming ahead.
Now, obviously, they come into camp quite often. At what stage does it become dangerous to have these predators coming in?
I think the biggest thing is that we try not to close them in. You know, as soon as you get a cat that's going to be cornered somewhere in the camp itself, or even a hyena that's going to be cornered, that's when it becomes dangerous. As well as just be vigilant. We are in their space. They're not
Yes.
in our space. We are in their space. So we just got to be very vigilant.
This is their home, and we don't want to be cornering them. What other predators come into this camp?
Well, we always have the hyenas coming through. They're always looking around there to see if there's any scraps lying around the side, as well as we've got a resident genet that roams around the side, and well, we only see it now and again.
Well, Cedric, it has been a lovely chat. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And we hope that you all have enjoyed this On Safari episode. We hope that you will tune in next week and that there's lots of exciting sightings here in Djuma. Until then, we'll see you on Safari.